Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing GTA Online. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zorel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're doing ULP mission, codename Cleanup. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. Let's get into it. Alright, so Operation Paper Trail took out Mason Duggan and got the briefcase from him, but it's not over. As it turns out, there's a mastermind behind the mastermind, and we need to get that taken care of. So we need to go to the silo and take care of Clifford. So if you want, you can take the helicopter, or you can take the long way. So I recommend you take the helicopter. Now, even with the helicopter, it is going to take you a quick minute to get across Los Santos, the northern part, over the Vinewood mountain range there, across the desert, and then up the tallest peak on the map. Because, of course, that is where the supervillain lair is at. You know, like I said in the last episode, Mason Duggan is a horrible supervillain name. Not that Clifford is all that much better, but like I said, work in progress. Call it the Chilean Temple of Doom. I don't know. Something like that. Very nice view. Enjoy it while you can. Because obviously going into a missile silo, it's going to get pretty dark pretty quick. You know, so this is the mission, the culmination of all the previous missions. Everything else was leading up to this, and this is the finale. So this is the big mission to cap it all off. Originally, we thought that the last mission was the final mission. It wasn't. They pulled one over on you. So just take your helicopter, drop it down right on top of the silo. You know, if you're lucky, when you pop back out, if you pop back out, we'll be able to use it to leave. We'll find out. All right. Into the breach. All right, so now we're here and we're, well, not prepared. So if you're getting ready for this mission, there's really only two guns that you need. One, you're going to want the minigun. And two, you're going to want a gun with a flashlight, also known as a flashlight. So hopefully you've got one or several guns that have a flashlight on them, so you can see where you're going. I mean, you can kind of look at the mini map to see where you're going, but the flare on your back really only illuminates what's immediately behind you and not even what's in front of you. So it only helps if you're backing up. All right, so this is like a government bunker. Secure facility, very Bond villain-esque. So a couple things that you'll want to know about this mission, or at least part of the mission. Everything's dark until you can get the power back on. And in addition to that, everything that you have to do, you'll have to stop aiming your flashlight in order to do it. There's no automatic waypoints. Oh, and these guys, super creepy, but don't bother taking them out unless you're in dire need of experience. So when you think you're in the right general area, you'll have to drop your weapon and kind of, grope around in the dark to try and figure out where you're supposed to be, because there's nothing that's tagged on the map and there's nothing visually tagged in front of you. So there's absolutely nothing that says what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to go. This guy really creeps me out. So I'm going to take out some of these guys because I don't like how they look. But it makes absolutely no difference if you do or not. So at this point, I would say, save your ammo. Use it for where you actually need it. All right, so we're looking for the power breaker. And I was looking for something to pop up and say, hey, a little yellow arrow saying beep, 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 right over here. And I started going forward. And I say, wait a minute, the thing's back there. It's like, go back to the control room, which is what it said at the beginning. So I'm gonna run around in the dark, get back to the control room, and look again and try and find what I'm looking for. And there we go. The big Jurassic Park power circuit breaker. And nothing happened. So now we got to look for 4 fuses, and once again, nothing's going to pop up. So even if you're right next to it, it's not going to be like, hey, dummy, there's a fuse right here. They're just going to keep on letting you walk around. So I'm going to speed past these parts that, and you can follow along on the mini map so you can see where I'm at physically, and get to where the fuses are, since I do backtrack some. It's almost worth going back to the beginning and then making your way forward. But if you, of course, miss something, and that's what you're looking for, a little tube with brass ends and red in the middle. There are a couple that you'll see at the power circuit breaker that you opened up. They're on the floor, but of course those are no good. So you have to wander around in the dark looking for these things, and go a little bit further on and you see this magnetometer, metal detector, and look around, and here's one right over here. Now I don't know if there's multiple spots that they could be, or if they're always in the same spot. So if you go to one of these locations and the fuse isn't there, then you'll have to kind of look around and find them. They're generally right about between waist and chest high, so look for them. But I believe there's one that's always in the same spot, and that's going to be the last one. So we got 2 out of 4. We need 2 more, and you can see where we're at. We're getting close in the hallway, right after the beginning, and there's the 3rd one right there that we picked up. So like I said, almost worthwhile to go back to the beginning and start from there and go forward, or go all the way to the end and make your way back, one way or the other. But I basically did that and ended up having to backtrack at least once. So after all that, we had 1 in the hallway, after the control room, one in the hallway before the control room, one in that big kind of open area with the forklift sitting on one of the boxes. Or let's see, one before the control room, one sitting on the box next to the forklift, one next to the metal detector, and then the fourth one, here we go. Let's get it straight. There are a couple of supply boxes which are destroyable, which are blocking your access to the fourth and final one, which is likely the last one that you're going to find. So just destroy them, and you get to your last one, and you say, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I hate groping around in the dark. I just kind of ran back to the control room, back to that circuit breaker, because I didn't want to have to aim down the sights just to see where I'm going. So I kind of based it off of the mini-map and said, okay, there's a box on my left, then there's a box on my right, and then there's a box on my right again, and then say, okay, I should be right here. Oh, and there I am, and now I can have a light. So take out all the old ones, put in the new ones, and you have to do each one individually. And the momentous moment, and we have light. And you say, finally. Now, like I said, there's only 2 guns that you need for this mission, and one has to have a flashlight. So we're done with that. So we're coming to the point where we're going to need the other one. If you don't have a minigun, there's actually one on the floor in this area, so you can pick it up there. So you'll actually have access to it for this mission. But it's always, maybe it might be a good idea to get one down the road if you don't have one. Dude, it looked like that guy's arm twitched. And I know they're, you know, androids or whatever, but they're still creepy. Alright, so now we're in the server area in general, but you have to get close to. So you have to connect to the servers plural. So now you have to get to figure out where they're at. There's multiple levels, so best to go up to the top level of this silo. There we go. Start seeing technology and office space and things that look like they could be servers. Alright, so now we just have to get close to the server and then pull out your SecuroServe app on your phone, and then you just have to stay in that spot. And a lot of times you're doing this with like a vehicle or a drone or something that's moving, so you have to stay within range. So it's kind of weird to have like an immovable server and for the thing to say, hey, just stay in range of the server. You're like, well, why would I not be in range of the server? Is there something I should know? Are they going to get up and start moving away from me? Like, I'm being hacked. Get away from me. No. But whatever, right? You're like, okay, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point, because you're like, okay, this is too easy. I got to the one server, no problem. Second server, also no problem. And then, you know, you start going towards the third one, and then all of a sudden you start hearing shots fired and you start seeing red. Overwriting the servers triggered a search and destroy failsafe on the juggernauts. So those creepy guys that were just standing, kind of like asleep, they're coming after you now. But you said, don't worry about them, don't shoot them, right? Yes, because even if you take them out as you're going along, they will be revived. So it doesn't matter if you take them out or not, they're going to be coming back to life to haunt you. So just leave them. That's why I said save your ammo, because you're going to need it. And if you don't have the minigun, you can use any gun, but it will take a lot of bullets. If you have one that's got a full metal jacket, you know, you'll only need about 20-ish bullets to take each individual one out. But that's, you know, that's still like 5 seconds that you're sitting shooting one of these guys that doesn't seem to care that they're being shot in the head. Whereas you're getting hit and it hurts. Hopefully you have plenty of body armor and ego chasers, which will bump up your health if you get into a tight spot. Now try to get out. You don't want to get taken out in this area. There was a save point, so even if you go down, you'll at least come back after you've already done the servers, but that just means the juggernauts are coming after you again. So something like the Hellfire that I have, Hellraiser, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It'll take them out, but it takes a few bullets in order to do so. You don't have to worry about reloading it, but like I said, it's not that great. The best weapon to have is the minigun, and you'll see it in a little bit here, the difference between any other weapon and that one. So the heavy weapons, you know, explosives, you know, all that stuff works. Regular guns will work, but it takes a lot of bullets. I mean, you're just sitting there shooting them, hopefully on target, and then you take them out. But while you're doing it, they're just kind of standing around and they don't care. Shoot, and then boom, finally take them out. You know, you can see the red dot, which means you're hitting them, and then boom. It's a lot of bullets to be using and wasting. The only downside, of course, to the minigun is that you can't run, so your movements slow down, and you can't shoot from cover. But honestly, that's not a huge problem when you can see the difference in how the minigun works in terms of taking these guys out versus basically any other weapon. Since no matter what you use, even if you use like an RPG, you know, you're still out there for a couple seconds because well, especially with the RPG, because you want to make sure that you're clear when you're using it. You don't want to shoot from cover. You kind of want to be like around the corner, come out, fire, get back into cover. But of course, you shoot, you slow down as you're reloading, slowly backing away, and you know you're getting tagged all along, and you can see all those bullet hits on the ground. So best thing to do, pull that minigun out. If you don't have one, there is that one that you can pick up in that area with the forklifts. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on the social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Get a hold of clearly justified your reputation. Your final payment's clearing now. Go buy yourself a cold beer. You've earned it. All right, Agent. Consider this your final debrief. The Duggins operation has been effectively neutralized. Agent Johnson has been promoted to Special Agent. The last known copy of the Clifford software is safely in the hands of the IAA. I'm looking at a commendation. And you, I hope, are looking at your bank account. Even the weather forecast is looking up. As of next week, tropical storms. And as for the price of gas, well, we think we're gonna keep it where it is for now. See how this plays out. So, well, it gives me great pleasure to say, job done. Your official status as a special field operative is hereby placed on a definite hold, subject to reinstatement without warning or consultation, pending final committee review. In other words, you're out. You've done good things for us, and we are grateful. From here in, you're alone. Goodbye.